Hello, home theater fans, and happy Monday. My name is Todd Anderson, your host and editor at the Home Theater Forum, avnirvana.com, coming to you from the nation's capital, just outside of Washington, D.C. You can watch this podcast on our YouTube channel or listen to it on Spotify and iTunes. Make sure to follow us, leave us a review, and, of course, come hang out in our Home Theater Forum community over at avnirvana.com. Before I forget, many thanks to our listening friends from the Brightside Home Theater podcast crew. Thanks for the reviews that you left us last week. Really appreciate it, and it's definitely going to help with the bots giving us a look. If you're looking for some really great content chatter on both movies and shows and the home theater experience in general, that's a podcast you should definitely slot into your rotation. Again, that is the Brightside Home Theater podcast. Go check them out. Today is February 12, 2024, and just a little history rewind for you. On this day, 8 years ago, a smash hit starring Ryan Reynolds was released by 20th Century Fox. If you're thinking that I'm talking about Deadpool, then you are on your A game today. That movie, with just $58 million in its budget, went on to earn over $782 million worldwide, scoring $318 million of that right here in the United States. And it's estimated that disc sales in the U.S. alone landed in the $112 million range. And that data is just for sales in 2016 alone. I mean, think about that. This is crazy. Definitely some potent numbers. All in all, beyond being a fun movie, I say it did its job at the bank. Probably why we're about to see number 3 coming out very soon. All right, so let's dive into some of the bigger news stories happening in the world of home theater. As I mentioned last week, the Florida International Audio Expo kicks off this week. Doors open on the 16th, and the show runs through the 18th. And all of this is happening at the Embassy Suites by Hilton Tampa Airport West Shore Hotel. We have a bit of late-breaking show news to share with you all. Qobuz is returning as the official streaming partner for the event. That's a high-res streaming service that offers audio in resolutions up to 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. And if that doesn't make much sense to you, let's just put it this way. Qobuz can stream at better than CD quality sound. And we're being told that David Solomon, chief high-res evangelist for Qobuz USA, will host his famous Flash DJ sessions throughout the show. Here's a few rooms you should go and check out. AV Nirvana member AJ Soundfield says he'll have Soundfield audio speakers at the event. You can find them in his room, which is number 415. Also, in the Orchard Audio Room, that is 406, and the Suncoast Audiophile Society Hospitality Suite, and that is 613. So if you're there, please pop in and tell AJ we said hello. Elax says it's premiering its new Concentro S503 and Vela BS404.2 speakers for the first time ever in the United States. That's happening at the event. So if you'd like to give them a listen, head over to room 518. And here's one last hook to get you there. SVS's Gary Yakubian and Nick Brown will be at the event with the company's brand new Ultra Evolution towers. On last week's SVS Audiophile Happy Hour live stream, Yakubian just sounded thrilled about the towers making their first consumer debut. And yes, these were shown at CES earlier this year, but you have to remember that that event is largely attended by press and media folks and industry folks. So the SVS crew is eager to get the public's reaction to their new gear, and they're really excited to see the reaction that it gets out of people who are coming into their room. So you can find SVS in room 603. Definitely go check them out. Mad VR says it's opening a new Mad VR Labs Experience Center with Ascend AV. The center is centrally located in the United States, out in Olathe, Kansas. That's spelled O-L-A-T-H-E. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And is billed as more than just a showroom, but a platform where enthusiasts can experience a comprehensive demo environment comprising brands such as Ascendo, Christie Digital Projection, Kaleidoscape, Affincina Acoustica, Storm Audio, Surge X, Trenov, and one of my favorites, that's Seymour Screen Excellence. And they have more partners that they're going to be announcing soon. So basically, we're looking at the tippy top of names in the industry across projection and sound, power management, speakers, processing, content, amplification. Yeah, this is going to be state of the art to the max. And this story actually broke over the weekend. I'll have an article up on AV Nirvana hopefully later today that includes some model specifics, dates, and all of that good stuff. Headphone fans were greeted by Hi-Fi Man news last week. The company announced 2 new moderately priced DAC headphone amps. These are relatively compact desktop devices that take an incoming digital audio signal, convert it to analog, and then amplify it for headphone use. And their physical design looks really cool. It's a thermal optimized tower case that actually doubles as a headphone stand. So basically you're saving space on your desktop and killing 2 birds with 1 stone, essentially. The EF500 is priced at $459, while the step-down EF499 is just $299. If you're curious to learn more about what these models have to offer performance-wise, head over to our homepage and read the article we posted last week. I will say they look gorgeous to the eyes and the specs look really nice, so I'm sure they're going to sound great. Apple's launch of its new Vision Pro head-mounted display finds Dolby on the move, with the company announcing that Dolby Vision will now support stereoscopic 3D video for the first time ever in the home environment. That includes playback of cinema-mastered 3D content in 4K resolution. This coverage is under what Dolby is calling Profile 20, and Apple Vision Pro is currently the only device that supports playback of HDR 3D stereoscopic video using it. Now, if you're asking what is Dolby Vision, well, the short end is it's a technology that uses metadata or file information that is woven into the content's signal. This metadata carries scene-by-scene instructions that a Dolby Vision capable display can use to show you content as accurately as possible when taking into consideration your display's ability to tackle parameters such as brightness, contrast, and color. Now, Dolby says Profile 20 is based on the NVHEVC codec, that is multi-view high-efficiency video coding, which can include 2 views for 3D. That's 1 for each eye. If you're wondering if this means it can be used with a TV or a media player, well, the answer is no. Dolby at the moment says this is only for head-mounted displays. Currently, the Apple Vision Pro gives owners access to over 200 3D movies through Disney Plus and Apple TV, though not all of those titles will support Dolby Vision. In other Dolby news, Flat Panels HD is reporting that Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos sound are being restricted by Amazon to playback with its ad-free subscription plan. So for those of you using Amazon's basic plan with ads, you're kind of out of luck, though it appears you still can enjoy 4K with HDR10 or HDR10 Plus and 5.1 surround sound. So not all the good stuff is lost. Last week, our streaming show, AV Nirvana Live, featured Bert Vandali. He's the CTO of Oro. We had a great conversation about immersive audio, Oro 3D, and the Oromatic upmixing engine. And of course, we also dove into Oro's latest announcement, the release of its new streaming codec called Oro CX. Now, Oro is really gunning for the future of the streaming market, offering Oro CX as a solution that can stream better than Blu-ray quality sound without taxing bandwidth. Additionally, it offers lots of flexibility to content creators and consumers by delivering low, medium, and high quality variations in a single stream. Our chat lasted about 50 minutes. Definitely go and check it out. We had a great conversation, and Bert delivers information in a very understandable way. This is really super exciting technology. I'll drop a link to that video that's over on YouTube right down in the description. This week on AV Nirvana Live, we have Dr. Matthias Johansson from Dirac joining us, and we are going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is base. The name of the show is To Sub or Multi-Sub, Make the Most of Your Base Experience. And that show is right now scheduled to stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. And I don't see that changing. So if you want to ink that in on your calendar, you'll be good to go. We'll have a link on our homepage soon. And when that becomes available, I'll drop it in the show notes here as well. Hope that you can join us. Shifting gears to movies, and over on avnirvana.com, disc critic Michael Scott published his review of a 1980s horror film recently re-released by the Scream Factory on February 6th. We're talking Funeral Home. This is the first time it's hitting Blu-ray, having been relegated to DVD for the last few decades. So the big question is, was it worth the wait? Well, I don't want to scare you away, so head over to our homepage and see what Mike has to say about the film's audio and video properties, as well as the story itself. Sounds like this is kind of an interesting one. Of course, Mike's there to chat up, so go see what he has to say. Now, on to disc sales. According to Media Play News, 2024 is officially the year of the DVD. Sales for the week ending January 27th saw DVD enjoying nearly 63% of the market share. 63%. It's growing on a weekly basis here on us. 4K UHD captured just 10%. Now, typically we see DVD hovering around 50% of sales, with UHD falling closer to 17 or 18%. And as we talked about earlier this year, UHD sales have been on the uptick. So this is a pretty big fall, and perhaps this is a bit of a hangover since Oppenheimer was released, though I'm beginning to assume that January was just a dreadful month for new movie releases. Trolls Band Together remains the top disc on the charts, with 54% of sales coming on Blu-ray, only 5% being on 4K. The rest of the top 5 is rounded out by Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, which Mike Edwards reviewed just a few weeks ago. I'll drop a link to that down in the show notes. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Past Lives bumped The Holdovers out of the top spot for the most streamed movie last week. The rest of the top 5 is filled out by The Holdovers, as I just mentioned, Suncoast, Killers of the Flower Moon, and The Marvels. That data comes from the streaming charts at justwatch.com. New on Kaleidoscape, Kscape owners can purchase American Fiction right now. That's up. The Minority Report in 4K HDR. That should be really fun to check out. I like that movie a lot. And there's a host of romantic movies, including rom-coms, that are on sale as part of a Valentine's Day promotion. I was just checking out the list this morning. Lots of great titles on the list there. Crazy Rich Asians, Devil Wears Prada, Blended, Marley and Me, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed, Ready or Not. That's a kind of a Valentine's meets horror type situation. All of those are on sale at super aggressive pricing right now. Of course, with the Kscape system, you get fast access to the best picture and audio available out there, rounded out by just a killer interactive interface when you're in your home theater room or using it on television. So definitely check it out. Now, for disc deals, one last official call for True Lies, The Abyss, and Aliens on this show. All of those are up for pre-order. Those are on 4K, obviously, and they are available through Amazon, and pricing is dropping on some of them. True Lies is now just $27. The Abyss, $25. Fortunately, I believe Aliens is still holding out at $39.99, but that's probably going to fluctuate. So go ahead, get your name on the list so you can make sure you get those discs when they release. Is not going to be too long from now when those drop. I'll leave links to those down in the show notes. For this week, here's a few titles with amazing pricing. Red, which stars Bruce Willis. That's a really fun film. It can be had for $10.99. That's a 4K disc, and just $4.99 on Blu-ray. Of course, that 4K disc ships with a Blu-ray disc bundled in, something that you might want to consider if you're thinking about buying that one. We have a killer film starring Liam Neeson called The Gray. That can be found in a Blu-ray and digital HD bundle for just $5.99. You cannot beat that price, and that is a fun movie. Just a wonderful audio track on that one. And to toss one out there that might not be in your collection, the film adaptation of the book October Sky, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Laura Dern, can be found on Blu-ray for 60% off, only $6. Now, many years ago, I read the book, really enjoyed it, and I thought that the film captured the essence of the book well. This would make for a great Friday night family watch. Links to all of those are in the description. On the gear front, here are a couple deals to pay attention to. Over on our forums buy, sell, and trade section, you'll find a pair of Martin Logan ESL 15A gloss black electrostats for sale. Now, these typically sell for $29K new, and they're selling for only $13,899 shipped. That's right over on our forum. Also, we have a JVC NX9 with a new bulb that's selling for only $6,499. Now, both of those are being sold by Sonny Parker, who is co-founder and co-partner on the site. So definitely a seller you can trust. I'll link to those down in the description. Also, and this is not one to sleep on, SVS has its entire stock of Ultra speakers, which includes the tower model, the bookshelf model, and the surround model, all on closeout clearance pricing. They're clearing house right now to welcome in the new Ultra Evolution line. This is a great chance to score reduced pricing on fabulous speakers. I've reviewed all of them. In fact, I ended up buying the review samples and I used them for many years. They have a fantastic sound. I particularly like the bookshelf variation for 2-channel listening, but the entire system for home theater duty is off the charts good. If you're in the market, don't pass up on these deals for new speakers. This is a big opportunity to score a killer deal. I'll drop a link to the sale page right down in our show notes. And my friends, that's a wrap for the week beginning February 12, 2024. Please be kind to each other out there. Have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing all of you on the Home Theater Forum at avnirvana.com.